Hello again. This will most likely be my last video diary from this trip. The mess you can see behind me is me trying to finish my packing. But anyway, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning on my last morning, and this video diary will contain no self-pity whatsoever because I've had a fantastic night. When I first got to New Orleans, I got talking to a local guy, and I sort of said to him, what do you recommend? Where should I go? And his response, or one of his responses, was go to Bourbon Street, see it, say you've done it, then get the hell out and go to Frenchman Street. So when I was having my wander around today, I went to Bourbon Street and had my look around to say that I'd done it, and while I was there got chatting to a chap called Loki, who had spotted my Evil Dead the musical hoodie, and that sort of started us talking. Anyway, the conversation turned to me having like sort of one day and one night left to see everything. He's a local guy, he knows his history, he loves his city, and he offered to show me around tonight. So we met up earlier, and he took me on the most amazing sort of walking history tour of the French Quarter. He really knows his stuff. I got a lot of history of kind of New Orleans and how it was founded, and the French and the art, everything. Got some of the kind of the horror stories and the ghost horror stories that dominate New Orleans, and sort of the beginning of kind of the vampire mythology that has kind of grown from New Orleans. New Orleans is the first area in America to have had vampires, and obviously they came from Europe. We only export the good things. But yeah, it was really fascinating, really good fun, really interesting. He's a really nice guy. He took me to a place, it's the oldest bar in the USA, and it's the Lafittes brothers, I think they were, who were essentially kind of pirates and smugglers, and they owned a blacksmith shop. We'll put to commas around blacksmiths. It was basically a front for all sorts of business, but including kind of a bootlegging liquor business, and they sold liquor from their blacksmith shop. So it was the first bar. It still doesn't have any electricity. It's all kind of crooked and sinking because New Orleans is kind of crooked and sinking. Yeah, I just got to see kind of loads of history of the French Quarter, is where I'm staying. We also went for dinner, and I managed to have jambalaya and gumbo and a couple of other things that I don't remember the name of, but proper kind of New Orleans fare. So I got to try a little bit of a few things, which was really everything that I wanted from a trip kind of crammed into one evening. And then we walked back up to Frenchman Street and went to another bar and saw a jazz legend. I want to say Walter the Wolfman. I'm sure I'll be corrected on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, and it was great, and we just spent the rest of the evening listening to jazz and talking, and it was a really great night, and it salvaged New Orleans. I got to do all the things that were most important for me to do while I was in New Orleans. I kind of did all in one evening, which was brilliant. And we even caught a second line as we were walking through. As we were walking through the course, we sort of caught a second line going through, and even got some beads from it. So I finally have. Oh, I've tangled them already, but I finally have beads. And no, I didn't have to do that. So yeah, that's sort of it really. So really ending on a high note. Really very pleased. I will so definitely go back. Now I've had a taste of what New Orleans really has to offer. I will definitely be back for more. So yeah, that was it really. Kind of after the very rocky start, I just sort of wanted to do one final video diary, just to say, really end it on a high note, a high saxophone note probably, and say a big thank you to Loki if you are watching this. Until next time.